Hey there, my name is Kelly Dale with Off the Beaded Path, and this is your Must Know Monday for Monday, June the 27th. Last week, I taught you how to make the shorter fringe earrings, and we did the patriotic colors. So this week, we're going to take that a step further, and I want to teach you how to make a longer version. What makes these longer is how we actually do the top. So you'll learn all about that. These are about 1 inch to 1.5 inches longer than the short ones that we did last week. And you're going to need 4 colors of a size 11 seed bead. For the ones I'm going to be using today, I'm going to be using white. That's my color A. My color B is a silver line gray. My color C is a nickel. And my color D is black. So that will give you an idea. You also are going to need about 2 1/4 yards of 1G thread or Nymo thread. This is just like last week. You do not want to use your fire line. And that's going to be for each earring. And then you'll also need a pair of ear hooks, and I'm going to use a size 12 beading needle. So let's go ahead and get our mat set up, and then we're going to start off just like we did last week with a ladder. But this week's ladder is going to start off with 4 beads instead of 2. And this is my color A. I'm going to bring this down and leave myself enough of a tail that I can stitch it through when I finish. And you want to go back up through the first 2 A's that you added. Now hold on to those. And then you're going to go down through the second 2 A's. Thread on 2A. Take your needle and go down through the last 2 A's to make a circle. Then go up through the 2 new A's that you just added. Thread on 2A. We're going to come around to make a circle, so we're going to go back up through those 2 that we just added. And then down through the 2, our new ones, and we're going to continue doing the ladder until you have 9 stacks of beads. Right now you have 1, 2, 3, Once you have 4. 9 on the row, this is what your piece will look like. We are going to work decreasing rows, so just like last week, we're going to pick up our beads and do a decrease. But this week, we're going to pick up 4 beads instead of 2. You skip the first thread bridge and go under the second thread bridge. Go up through the 2 beads right where your thread's exiting, and I'm going to hold those into place and pull. And then because these 2 sit wonky, we're going to go down through the first 2 beads and then back up through the second 2 beads. Thread on 2 beads. We're going to go underneath the very next thread bridge and then up through the 2 beads that we just added. And we're going to do this all the way down the row, picking up 2 beads, going under the very next thread bridge, and then up through the next 2 beads. Once you're to the end of the row, this is what your piece will look like. We are ready to decrease again, so we're going to pick up 4 A's, skip the first bridge, and go under the second thread bridge. Go up through the 2 beads right where your thread is exiting. And then down through the first 2 beads. And then up through the second 2 beads. And then from this point on, it's 2 A's. And you go under the very next thread bridge. And then up through those 2 beads. So you're basically going to continue until we have decreased all the way down to 2 rows. So when you get to the very top of your pyramid, you'll only have 2 rows. Once you've decreased, this is what your piece will look like. You're ready to make the hanger for the earring. So I'm coming out of the top left stack and I'm going to pick up 6 A's. And go down through the right hand stack. Then you'll want to go up through, reinforce this again, and then follow the thread all the way to come down out of this bottom right hand stack. Now the fringe will be worked a little bit different than what we did last week. You want to thread on 4A, 4B, 2C, and 10D. You let all of these drop down to the base, and you're going to go back up through the top 3 D's and then straight up through to exit the 2 11s, or your 2 A's I should say, on the base. And then pull that through, and that gives you your loop. Then you want to go down through the next stack of 2. That's going to be to your left. This time, you want to pick up 5A, 6B, 3C, and 11D. And you let all those drop down. This time you are going to count down 4 of your D, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to go straight back up through the stack. And then we'll pull that through. And you go down through the next 2 beads. Your third fringe is going to be 6A, 8B, 4C, and 12D. You're going to let those drop down. And this time, you're going to count down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to go up through that stack. And as you work, it's going to get harder to completely go up through the whole stack at one time. You may have to pull through some and The next stack we are going to do, let's see, 7A, 10B, 5C, and 13D. And you let that drop down. Oops. Oh, well. See, this is what happens when you don't pay attention. When you get to the top of the stack, you have to go down through the next stack. So let me fix that. Now that I have that fixed, I'm going to count down 6D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to go back up through the 6D and straight up through the stack and then down through the next stack. For the middle stack, which is going to be our longest stack, we're going to thread on 8A, 12B, 6C, and 14D. Let those drop down. You want to count 7 of your D, and you're going to go straight up through that stack and down the next stack. And once you do that, then you'll repeat your stacks in reverse to finish out the fringe and tie off your thread. Once you have the fringe reversed, you'll have your completed earring. Then all you have to do is to open your ear hook. Once you've got that thread tied and are finished, open the ear hook, attach it to the top loop here on the earring, and then close the ear hook, making sure you get it completely closed, and then you will have the finished piece. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make the longer fringe earrings. These are pretty simple and they work up fairly quickly, so you can have lots of pretty earrings to wear for the summer. We do have the pattern for sale on our website, which is offthebeadedpathbeadstore.com, and we will have a couple of color kits available there as well. And just so you know, if you purchase the kit or the pattern, you'll receive a graph paper that I've created where you'll be able to fill in and do your own graph for these in whichever colors that you would like, or your own designs. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure and come back next week when we're going to do a twist onto these earrings. Have a great week. Bye-bye.